Good morning, students. Discussing about functions. Today, I will discuss about the need of functions. Basically, why the function is required. What is a function? Function is a block of instructions that performs a specific and well-defined task. This block can be repeatedly called by other programming instruction. Every function is specified by its name. Why these functions are required in Python? We can say all the logically related statements can be grouped together in one entity. So this makes the program which is easy to read, understand and debug. And the repetition of frequently required code can be avoided using function. So we can call the function a number of times. We can use the code. So no need to repeat the code frequently. Dividing a long program into functions allows us to debug the parts one at a time and then assemble them into a working code. Once the code of the function is written and tested, we can reuse this code. Reusability is an important use of function. Sorry. Every function is a specified name. What is the use of function? The words repetition of frequently required code. Easy to debug the code by dividing a long program into a small functions. And another important point we can say reusability. So if you say the functional definition, have you observed these advantages using the definition itself? What is the definition? Function is a block of instructions that can perform a specific and well-defined task. This block can be repeatedly called by other programming instruction. So if you see the definition of the function, how it is written, definition of the function with function underscore name. What is the function you are going to write? Its name. In parentheses, you are going to pass the parameters, colon. Below that, you are going to write the statements. So there is one example here. What is the example? Test underscore fun. So this is the function definition. Okay. And what is the statement written here? The function is defined here. So if you call the same function by using the function call, then what you are getting? You are getting the statement. What are the statement you have written? It will be printed. Okay. Then same function. So you are writing a number of statements. So this is the forward what function body. So you are having a number of statements. It is called as what? Function body. After calling the function, all statements are going to be printed here. The first line of the function is called as what? Function header, and rest is called as what? Function body. So what are the function? First line we can call it as a header. This one is called as function header. And remaining is called as what? Function body. Function call. How to call the function? The function call is a statement that invokes the function. So whenever you are going to call the function, it is going to be invoked. When a function is called, the program controls jumps to the definition of the function and executes the statement present in that function body. So whenever function is going to be called, so here the control will jumps to the definition of the function. So definition it will jump and then it will execute the statement present inside the function body. So here you are having one example. So syntax is also given. What is that? Function underscore name, or we can pass a number of variables inside the function. So here cube demo is one function. It will return multiplication of whatever the number you are giving, it will be 3 times multiplied. So 2 multiplied 3 times will get 8. So 2 power 3 equal to 8 you will get here. So directly we can pass a value as a parameter or a variable or an expression. So here you can pass a parameter, a variable or an expression. So here you can pass an expression. Here you can pass a variable. If a equal to 2, it is a variable. We can pass the expression a plus 2. So that is also possible. Or directly you can give the value. There is one example program, area underscore circle. So here you are going to pass the parameters, and then pi equal to 3.14. You are going to find the area of the circle. So here you are going to pass the parameter for radius. That radius parameter is considered and it is calculated, and you will get the result. That is radius of the area of the circle considering r is equal to 10. So if you observe here, we are going to pass the value r equal to 10. You are going to find the area of the circle. So answer is 3.14. Next, another example function is there. What is that? Leap year. Leap year calculation. So leap year, if you take, what is the logic behind this leap year function? So if year modulus, that is 4 equal to 0, every 4 years we can consider, or if the number is not divisible by 100 or 400. So we can get it is a leap year, otherwise it is not a leap year. Okay, so these are the requirements, these are the conditions to identify the leap year. So there is a question. Is 2023 is a leap year? No, it is not a leap year. One example, this one. And variable scope and lifetime. So what is the scope of the variable? What is the lifetime? Scope of the variable means what? The part of the program in which the variable is accessible. Lifetime means the variable means duration for which the variable exists. So how much time the variable will exist and how much time you can access the variable. Scope means. So there are basically two kinds of variables, local variable and global variable. So if the variable, a variable which is defined in the main body of the file is called as what? Global variable. It will be visible throughout the file and also inside any file which imports that file. A variable which is defined inside a function is local to that function. It is accessible from the point at which it is defined until the end of the function and exists for as long as the function is executing. So here one example is there. Example is there. So you're going to define a global variable and you're going to print it and you're going to get the values as 20 and 30. Okay, so here you are going to pass the values. Use of global variable. Please look here. After passing the values, use of global variable a equal to 10, b equal to 20. And so after defining it, you are going to pass the values and you are getting the answer equal to 20. Okay. So there is one example. What is that? Mime underscore function. We are going to pass the string data and number in the same program itself. So it will print the data and it will print the number also. So here there are some arguments we're going to pass here. My function, there is a roll number, name and the course. So after passing this, you are going to get the answer like this. So the name, whatever the student is there, student name is having the roll number 10. It is printed, enroll with the course. What is the name of the course? ECE. So it is going to be printed here. So like that you can write the n number of functions. So you can pass the data. Next. There are variable length arguments. So variable length arguments means we can give here whatever the variables are there, we can vary the length. No need to describe clearly. That is represented by asterisk args, print args. So here print call with two arguments. So we can print two arguments, we can print three arguments, we can print four arguments. Like that you can print n number of arguments by using what? Variable length argument statement. Then anonymous function, we can call it as lambda function. So lambda arguments expression. Add equal to lambda a comma b equal to, that is colon a plus b. So if you're going to add the values of 10 comma 20. And then there is another one. What is the answer? 30. And another lambda function is that my underscore function. So here we're going to find the cube of the number. So 2 cube is equal to 8. So this is regarding functions. Thank you all. So this is the This is regarding functions, and using these functions, you can perform different operations without repetition of the code. Thank you.